Welcome to Hoardganize with professional organizer Rachel Seavey. Every Sunday at 6 p.m., Rachel shares her expertise and compassionate approach to help you deal with overwhelming clutter. Rachel?
Hey, collectors! Welcome to the Hoardganize Podcast. This is your host, professional organizer Rachel Seavey, and we are now in our 6 Human Needs series. And last week, we did a quick overview on the 6 human needs and human needs psychology and the difference between life coaching and therapy. If you didn't listen to last week's episode, I highly suggest you listen to it. Through my training with Tony Robbins and Cloe Madanes of Robbins Madanes Training and Strategic Intervention, I learned that there are 6 human needs that people need to fulfill. These needs are certainty, uncertainty, significance, love, growth, and contribution. Today, we're going to go more into the depth about the human need for certainty and how it relates to the clutter in your home. We all have the human need for certainty. We want to feel safe. We want to feel comfortable. Every single person has to have a sense of safety, certainty, security. This means a roof over our heads. This means where we're going to eat next. And the degree to which certainty is needed or desired does vary from person to person. And that is particularly when it comes to your clutter. I mean, one person might feel certain and safe and comfortable in a minimalistic room with just the amount of stuff that they need. And another person might feel the sense of security and certainty being surrounded by their belongings. How does clutter play into the human need for certainty? If you don't have a pen, pencil, piece of paper, take some time and grab one now so that you have something to write down with. This is nothing that you're going to share with anyone. It's just always good to take notes during the podcast in case you've missed something or in case there's something you want to remember after the show. So today we're talking about how clutter plays into the human need for certainty. Are you certain that you're overwhelmed with clutter at this point? I understand that. That's probably why you're listening to this podcast. However, are you certain that you'll feel good, even if it's just in the moment when you're shopping? Are you certain that you'll feel guilty after shopping? What level of certainty do your belongings bring you? Other senses of certainty with your clutter might be false. Are you certain that your grandkids want all of your china, but they're not even born yet? I mean, your kids are not even married yet. I know a lot of you do this. You're saving stuff because you're certain that generations that haven't even been developed yet might want them. So write down a list of things that make you certain about your clutter. What are you certain about when it comes to all of your stuff? Are you certain that if you donate your stuff, it has to go to the perfect place or the perfect person? There are all sorts of certainties and security and comfort when it comes to our possessions. What level of comfort do you receive when you look around you and you see all of your belongings there? Do you feel like you're abundant? Do you have a level of security there because you're able to have so many things and perhaps once before you weren't able to? Have you created a metaphorical nest for yourself and now it's become comfortable? A cocoon, Have you created a wall and now you feel comfortable? Your clutter must be bringing you some level of certainty and comfort. And it doesn't all have to be positive. Make a list right now of what you are certain about when it comes to your clutter. I hear lots of people saying they're certain that they're ready to let go of stuff. How certain are you about decluttering? How certain are you about the commitment to decluttering? There's no right or wrong answer here, collectors. This exercise is just intended to help you understand the 6 core human needs and how certainty is being fulfilled by your shopping. Your vehicle that you're using to get certainty is you're accumulating and you're saving. What are you certain that you're keeping? What are the things that make you feel most certain that you have? I've worked in the field for a decade. I know what you guys like to save beyond the bags and the bins. Do you feel certain about your photos? You're definitely hanging on to family heirlooms and antiques. Are you certain that you're keeping your jewelry? Are you certain that you're keeping important paperwork? Most people are certain that they're keeping these types of items, myself included. So what are you certain about that you're keeping? Make a list of that. What kind of categories are you certainly keeping? After that, let's make a list of what you're certain about letting go. What things are you certain no longer serve you? Make a list of those things. What comes to mind? No one's going to hold you to it except for yourself, collectors. So what are you certain about letting go? Write it down. That way you don't forget. Take some time and explore the feeling of certainty. Where does the feeling of certainty come from in your body? Is it coming from your stomach? Is it coming from your heart? Is it coming from your head? Take some time to write down what the word certainty means for you. Where does this feeling come from within your body? What do you need to be certain about? Certainty for me is the roof over my head, the ability to take care of myself, my child, my pets. I'm certain that I want to travel more, and I'm certain that I want to spend more time with my loved ones. In regards to my things, I am certain that I want to keep anything that belonged to my father. I'm just not ready to let anything to go that I have kept of his. So this includes his poetry, photos, his reading glasses, a watch, a sweatshirt. And I'm 100% certain that I am not letting any of that go, at least right now. So just know that even people like me are sentimental. It's a small amount of stuff, but I am sentimental about it, and I'm not ready to let that go. I'm certain about that. But I am certain that I want to get rid of at least 2 of these 3 dress shirts that I haven't worn in years. They're like conference dress shirts, but then whenever I go to a conference, I never bring them, never wear them. So I am certain that I'll be letting those go immediately. I know that I feel a sense of certainty, like we were talking about how does certainty feel, every time I make my bed first thing in the morning. I mean, it just makes me feel certain that I'm going to have a good day. And I get the same sense of certainty knowing there aren't any dishes in the sink and the trash is taken out. I mean, this is certainty, obviously, for a professional organizer. But I have habits that I do every day that make me feel certain and comfortable and safe. And you might have the opposite experience in life. I mean, perhaps your wall of clutter has made you feel safe. If you want to get organized, hang out with organized people, listen to organized people, read what organized people have to say, and learn from us. Our habits and our rituals are staples to being organized, and they make us feel comfortable. They make us feel certain. But it doesn't just happen. I don't have some fairy that comes into my room and bing with her magic wand, glitter, dust, whatever, it cleans itself. I mean, I have basic rules and rituals and routines in my life that do make myself feel certain, like making my bed, doing the laundry. These kinds of things actually make me feel certain. On entrepreneur.com, Tony Robbins says that our need for certainty is a survival mechanism. And it affects how much risk we're willing to take in life, in our jobs, in our investments, in our relationships. And the higher the need for certainty, the less risk you'll be willing to take or emotionally bear. And he feels like this is where your risk tolerance comes from certainty. And I just want you to know, my friends, dear collectors, what you're certain about. I know you might feel like you're certain that you're going to live in your clutter your whole life, but you've got to start changing the way you think. You've got to stop those limiting beliefs. I want you to one day feel certainty and comfort by your new habits, your new daily routines. These are what are going to allow you to gain certainty. Living an organized lifestyle is unbelievably certain. I know where I can find things. I'm certain I won't be late. I'm certain I won't have to buy duplicates of things. I'm certain I won't forget an important date or appointment or birthday. It's because I'm organized, and that gives me a huge sense of certainty. Next week, we will be discussing uncertainty. Yes, variety. Mother Nature, gosh, she has a sense of humor. The need for uncertainty and variety is equally as important as the need for certainty and comfort. So we'll be discussing uncertainty next week. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed, click that thumbs up button, and leave a comment. Also, make sure that you're following me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook under Collector Care. Until next time, collectors, and remember, happiness is a place between too little and too much.
Now, a short ad break from Clarity Coaching.
Do you feel overwhelmed with clutter? Are you having trouble finding a place to start? Sometimes it's hard to ask for help, especially with all of the judgment and shame out there. What you need is an experienced, non-judgmental guide to help you navigate through your clutter chaos. I'm a guiding force that's going to help you empower yourself so you can live a happier, healthier, more organized life. I will take the time and I'm going to hold the space for you to understand your world, your dreams, your relationships, and your clutter. I do this with no judgment and no other agenda, but to help you achieve what you want most in life. And this, my dear collectors, is something that most people have never experienced. To experience a life that you truly desire, schedule your free Clarity coaching session today by emailing me at rachel@collectorcare.com. That's rachel@collectorcare.com. Or call me directly. I'm at 925-548-7750. That's in America, so that's area code 1-925-548-7750. Clarity consultations are complimentary for individuals seeking my coaching services, and they're very useful to make sure that we're the right fit for each other. Stop living in chaos and start living the organized life you desire.
This has been Hoardganize with Rachel Seavey. New episodes are available every Sunday at 6 p.m. and also on the Collector Care YouTube channel. Download Rachel's Affirmations for Collectors on iTunes or Amazon.com, or sign up for Rachel's blog at collectorcare.com and receive 7 tips for clutter-free living. Thanks for listening.